Alright, so this is me, Chinmay Nautiyal, and this video is part of my submission for the cloud computing class that I'm taking at the University of Illinois, Chicago. So this part of this homework is sort of about MapReduce. So let me just give you guys a brief overview of the project. So this project requires us to pull the DBLP data from for the computer science sort of publications and journals, and we're required to process them and generate statistics about them. And so what I have done here is we've made multiple MapReduce jobs. Okay, so some of them are here, right here in the configuration files, and you can change different characteristics about them. So they're collect different statistics basically. So the first one right here is just counting the co-authors for whatever publication item it is, and so the parameters. This would basically just count how many authors there is in a particular article and just collect all the information about it. And this one over here will sort of stratify based on certain parameters. Right here I've specified here, so basically it just collects all the information for that year. And this one is sort of calculates the score, which tries to capture how prominent an author is throughout the data. And this one basically generates max, median, minimum number of co-authors the person has worked with throughout the data. And the last one is just like the second one, it just stratifies based on certain parameters. Okay, so just gonna, before I deploy it on EMR, I tested it out I tested a small amount of data on my VM. So I'll just show you what I've already done. So this is just the log. After it, I'm just going to show you the, there you go. Yeah. So this is the output that is generated. This I was basically just doing to establish a baseline so that I don't have to run the whole data. And here you go. See, this is the output for basically all the jobs. And this one just, this is basically all the bins that is generated for my test shard. Let me just show you the test shard real quick. It's right here. Yeah. Okay, so this is basically just the shard that I was testing with. So the VM generates this output for all the jobs that we have. So the first job just bins it, just counts the number of authors, and just gives me how many number of publications have those many number of co-authors. So that's that. The other jobs basically filter that information based on the parameters you passed. That one was just for the year 2018, like I've specified in the configuration file. And this one is, I believe, the authorship score. Yes. So for the chart, it just calculates it across for different authors. And let's see. Jobs 4 and 5 are related because they're calculating the max, median, and average for each author. So let me just show you what the format looks like. This is the minimum number of people they work with, maximum, the average, and then the median, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So I'm just going to show you what I've already tested out before I deploy it on the whole thing. This is the log for the completed jobs. Where's the output? Let me see, S3. Yeah. So this is the bucket I have for the data. This is the main file that I will be deploying it on. And this is the shard that I was testing it on, which I showed you right about somewhere here. Where is it? Oh, there. Yeah. So that is that. So I'm just gonna show you what the output looks like for that. Where is that? Yeah. So yes. So these are basically the jobs, like I have here. All the jobs go into the output for each job goes into their folder, and those are the outputs from the reducers. And that basically looks like I already downloaded it, I think. As part of the output, which was just one part of the reducer. Let's see. See, this is just part of it, and the other reducers, outputs from the other reducers probably have it. So what I'm going to do now is basically run it on the whole data. So I'm just going to move this into the input. I'm just deleting this one. Actions, delete. Don't need that. And that was just so that I could establish a baseline. And I wouldn't have to run it on the whole 2.5 gigabyte file. I'll just move it to the input folder. And I just paste right into the input. Okay, now I will close this log. We'll make a new cluster and logging. We'll have to log it somewhere. So let's create. I've already created a folder for logs, so I'll just put it there. And just to make sure, I know I need to change advanced option. So I go in there. I will just deselect these because I don't need them. And I will deploy my jar file. So I'll configure it. Wait, let me just put that one on. And this is my demo. Yeah. Okay. Jar is, yeah, there it is. And let me just make sure the parameters are right. I already messed this one up before. Oh wait. Yeah. Right. And I'll just specify the input and output folders. And which is basically these folders right here, which I have in my bucket. That's the input. The output I don't really need, so I just delete it and we'll get created again. Okay, going back to EMR. I'll just terminate cluster when it completes. And yep, that should be fine. And I will just run it. Go next. I'll make 2 instances, 3 instances. Lots of data. Should I make 4? The more the better. Let's see. See if 3 is better than. No. I don't know what would be better. But let's see. Okay, next. I'll just make demo. Wait, no, I'll change the log folder. There. Debugging, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's fine. Just go with the defaults, and I'll just create the cluster. Oh, I'll just make sure this is my account right here. That's my UIC ID. And there. Okay, so the cluster is being provisioned right now. So this is probably going to take a while. Let's see. See the steps here. So that's my demo jar. Okay, events. Alright. As you can see, it's being provisioned. Alright, let's see. So the logs will be generated once I have something. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to resume from here because the step is now running and the syslog should now be, the log files have been created and they should now show up here. So, like you can see, the first job is running. And okay, so it's about halfway through the mapping. And alright. So now this is probably going to take a while because there's like 5 jobs here. All of them have to see the data every time. So I'm expecting it to take about an hour. So I'm just going to let this run and resume where I can show you more. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to resume here because my first job has already finished. And that finished there and spawned about 7 reduced tasks and 41 mappers, and it just wrote the output to the output directory as specified, which I've already was looking at here. So there's the output from the 7 producers, and it looks something like I just put it here. Okay, so just open it. And here, so it just outputs the bins, the information for the bins. So 94 co-authors is 1, and got people with 6 co-authors is this much quantity. And yeah. So once you consolidate all the information from all the reducers, you can just have like a statistic about how many authors have co-authored, what the quantity of co-authors is, and how many people, how many co-authors correspond to how many actual entries in the dataset. So yeah, the second job is still running. Alright, okay, just gonna refresh. Logs. See. Okay, so the second job is also finished, which means this one and the same. We just go in there and so the second job must have gotten created. Alright, there it is. And there is the output from the reducers. So I just look at one of them and just show me stratified outputs. So this is only for the year 2018, I believe, which is what I specified in my configuration file. Right there for the second job, I said just pull the pull it according to the year. So this just stratifies it according, just pulls and filters the data according to the year. And those are the number of publications for the year 2018. Okay, so I'm just gonna wait for the other jobs to finish. Let me just look at this. If I can refresh it. Okay, so this one's already, these two have already completed, and this third one is actually running. Oh, it runs really fast on 4 instances. Okay, so I'm just going to pause it here and wait for the other jobs to finish. Alright, so I'm going to resume from here because all my jobs are almost, I think the cluster is terminating, so I think so all of them are now completed. So, and from the looks of it, it runs really fast on 4 instances. And, well, let's see. Right? Just the events. Oh, the steps. Okay, so now it's completed. You can see it in the logs. And yeah, so all jobs have been completed. And now generates all of them here in my output folder. Let me just go there. And come on. Okay, so the output from all the jobs is in the respective folder. I think I showed 2. Oh, let's just go with the third one. Third one was for the authorship score. So this will probably have the this is the one. So this is just the mapping of the author name to their score, and it just tries to capture how many co-authors this author has published with, and this is, as you can see, quite a big file. Okay, it's about 7.5 MBs. Okay, where else? Okay, the other outputs. So you go back. Fourth one is for max statistics for each author. That's weird. Why does this one take one reducer? Oh, because I forced it to. Oh, of course. Set one reducer because for all authors can only calculate those statistics when all the values are available for it. So this just tries to capture, let's see, if so the minimum number of people this person has collaborated with, the maximum, which is the second entry, the average, and the median. So they're comma separated values, min, max, average, and median. So this is fine for somebody. Let me see. Well, I mean, yeah, this generates all the statistics. And the other one is basically the last job. Basically filters it according to the year. So, where are the logs? Oh no, I need to check the output. The output for the fifth one just filters all the data according to the year. So the year which I've specified was 2018. So it only has data for that particular year. If publications happen with that year tag, it is for that. Okay, so I will be writing a post-processing script for this so that I can consolidate all the outputs for all the jobs, and you can find it in my documentation. Okay, thank you for your time. There you go.